Hello everyone, welcome. Hello everybody, welcome to episode 2. We're getting ready to go, just going to double check everything. Sugar rush. That's going to be a bugger to edit out. Hello everyone, welcome to the second video on my YouTube channel. It's not the second video on my channel, but it's the second one since I've actually started taking this seriously. So today we're going to talk about a funny story I had in a photo shoot. Oh, sorry, just before we get going, please like, comment and subscribe. If you like this video, it helps get the word out there about my kind of semi-silly content that's going on here at the moment. So please do, and let's get into it. This story happened on the photo shoots that started off my photography career. It wasn't actually on the photo shoots, but it was during the lunch break. So what happened on these photo shoots, and because I'm a bit of a creature of habit, is I would generally go to the same restaurant for lunch. So we'd shoot in the photo shoot, start off maybe about 10 or 11 o'clock, and we'd run away through until maybe about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So we'd miss rush hour for lunch. We'd get fast lunch, come back in long then again and shoot away for the rest of the day. Now, what happened at the start was I would come in, we'd do the shoot, lunch break would happen, I'd wander away off out, the model would wander away off out, she'd go her way, I'd go my way. After a while, obviously, you start working with people you've worked with before and kind of go, oh, where are you going for lunch? And say, oh, God, I'm going up to this place because I really like it. And I'm not going to mention the restaurant because you know who you are, because you will recognize my face if you see this, especially the person who served me. But anyway, the long and the short of it is, this happened most weeks. So we'd be working hard all morning, lunch break would arrive, the two of us would walk out the door, and we would generally end up having lunch together, the vast majority of the time. So, as I say, different models every time. That's an important statistic here now. So, we went to my favourite place, sat down. I generally like sitting near the window because you can look out, you see people walking by, you see the cars, see the hustle and bustle, and you could just sit down and just relax, take it easy. Been a stressful morning, sit down and talk to the model, get to know them a small bit better rather than just kind of going, right, smile, turn to your left, turn to your right, do this, move your hand there, put your hand in your pocket, put your hand in your hip, and directing someone. You're actually getting to know someone, so which also helps your future relationship going forward and when you're working together professionally. So anyway, again, I'm rambling on. So the funny thing about this was, one day, this was months after I'd been working for this particular company, as in, I'd say it must have been 4 or 5 months. So we'd done a lot of photo shoots at this stage. And the photo shoots were always on the same day of the week, right? That's an important thing as well to remember. So I'd go to this cafe around the same time on the same day of the week. So obviously with the same staff inside here. I think you can all see where this is going now. So one day I was sitting down inside in here just after having my lunch. I went up to pay, I was sitting down, beautiful model there with me, and went up to the till to pay, and as I was going up, you could just see the room kind of lifted a small bit. So I just kind of turned around and I looked, and there was this absolutely stunning light just radiated in from the window. There was the beautiful model sitting down, having a cup of coffee at the time, and you just think about picture perfect moments. And I was just looking and I was kind of going, dear God, why don't I have a camera with me? Beautiful soft light just bursting into the room. There she was, just about to sip her coffee, the steam from the coffee coming up, and I was thinking, oh Jesus, this is just one of those perfect kind of cafe kind of, stock photography kind of moments I was thinking in my own head, thinking professionally, of course. So I was kind of kicking myself and I was caught up in the whole thought of it, and then I looked over and I saw my phone sitting down on the blooming table, so I couldn't even use my camera phone to take a shot of it. So it was at this point I heard a, hey mate, and I was kind of going, Jesus, who's that? And I heard, hey mate, and I turned around, there was the cashier, or the person who'd been serving us, at the till, ready for me to pay. So I gave him money at the time, whatever else he told me how much it was, gave him the money, was expecting my change, or waiting for my change, I should say. And I turned around, I turned back along again, looked over, see the model, and the light you could just see just slowly started fading out of the room again. And I was going, oh God, that moment is gone, you know? And it was kind of kicking me, you know, and I was caught up in it again still. So next thing I heard, hey dude. So I turned around again. There was the cashier, and he gave me my change. And he just kind of looked at me and just kind of, hey mate, can I ask a question? Yeah, of course. What's the problem? He said, no, nothing. He said, can I ask you, how the hell do you do it, man? So I was kind of going, sorry, what? Do what? No, you've completely lost me. So it was at this point he said to me, like, you're in here every 2 or 3 weeks with one of the most beautiful women I have ever seen in my life. And it's a different woman nearly every time. How the hell do you do it, man? Are you famous or something? So I looked him dead in the eye. I said, yeah, I am actually. And I walked out. Nah, I'm only joking. Of course I didn't. I just turned around and explained that I'm a photographer. These are professional models I'm working with. So, you know, obviously it's just a working relationship. There's nothing like that. So he said, right. I knew there had to be some reason for it. I was going like, what the hell? You know? Obviously, if Ugly Heroes with a professional model, you know, there must be some reason for it. So I was thinking, I was walking away, and I had a change in my hand, which I was going to leave at the table to tip our waiter. But instead, I put the change into my pocket. And I silently said to myself, touché, my friend. But it's just, when you think about it from his perspective, he's there seeing this kind of average looking guy, you know, walking in, and there's this stunningly beautiful woman with him. And I don't go in there that often, but I go in around the same time, so obviously it was his shift I was going in on. And he did. I recognised him then afterwards, right? And I was thinking, oh Jesus, you know. But the funny thing about it is, every time I would go in for food, and afterwards, I'd see my mate over in the corner, and he'd be there like, you know, with the thumbs up, and you're just kind of going, Jesus, you know. I was thinking, it really made me think, and I was going, how many other people are thinking this inside in the cafe, or were thinking this inside in the cafe? And I just thought it was quite funny. But I to this day I still kind of regret that I didn't keep a straight face and say, yeah, actually I am famous, and just walk out the door. Jesus, the poor guy, for the next couple of months, every time I would have come in there, he'd have been trying to figure out who the blooming hell I was. He would have never managed it, of course, because I'm nobody. It just would have been really funny. So that's kind of my funny story. It's one of those things you kind of had to be there, but it was just the expression on his face, and I was thinking, God, you know, it just is funny. But the other side of things is, the odd time I'd be walking down the street with a model or whatever else, and we'd be joking and, you know, laughing away or whatever else, and I'd see someone that I'd actually know, and they'd be looking at me, and they'd be kind of going, what the hell is he doing walking down the street with a young woman looking like that? So, you know, it's quite funny, because I suppose at the time I wasn't known as Kieran Hayes the photographer. So it's funny how rumours start and rumours spread and whatnot. Anyway, beside the point. So thank you all so very much for all the support for the first video I posted last Sunday, a week ago. Really overwhelmed. A lot of really nice comments. A lot of new faces here too as well. So I just want to say thank you for subscribing. And oh, by the way, if you're watching this and if you haven't already subscribed, you better, or I will hunt you down and push that subscribe button myself.